That's gotta hurt, right? Well, these aren't your mama's fairy tales, that's for sure. It's what happens when fantasy collides with reality. Welcome to the twisted world of Grimm. Of course, NBC's supernatural thriller returns to prime time tonight. And we're happy to have two of the stars of the show joining us right here this morning.
Yeah, Sasha Roiz, who plays Captain Renard, is over there, and Bitsie, who plays Juliet Silverton. Both of them are joining us this morning. Thank you for getting up so early. We appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, okay, thanks. Yeah.
All right, so the series is based on Brothers Grimm fairy tales. So tell us a little bit about how that all works into a television show.
Well, each episode is basically based on one of the fairy tales. It's not just the Grimm fairy tales. And it's sort of within a police procedural format, but interpreted in a modern way. And there's lots of scary VFX and monsters and
we kind of dabble. We go all over the map and use other cultures, mythologies, and incorporate them. And it's a really interesting new hybrid, and I think that's partly why it's doing so well.
Yeah, I like the promos where I actually see faces morph. And it seems pretty deep, though, so it goes beyond just the surface, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fairy tales, when the Brothers Grimm were writing them 200 years ago, or collecting them 200 years ago, they were written as warnings. So they were incredibly gruesome and morbid because they were warnings to children to behave better. And so one of the things that's interesting about this show is that it's a little scary. They were going back to their sort of original conception. They're meant to be a little, you know, obviously it's a scary show. It's a Friday night at 9 o'clock show.
But yet we still get a lot of children watching. So it still kind of has the same effect.
Right,
So
warnings to adults as well.
Yeah.
So this is season sort of 2.5, right? And because there was a little break in between, which I know you have a question about. But what's sort of new this season? Tonight's the premiere.
Well, tonight's episode is insane. I mean, tonight's episode is so crazy.
Well, you saw me get pistol whipped. I mean, it's just...
When Sasha and I read the script, well, first of all, there is so much in tonight's episode, but when we read it, we thought it was a joke. I literally thought somebody on the crew was playing a joke on me when I was reading that that
it's pretty
scene.
Unbelievable. It's a really packed episode, and we left on a cliffhanger a few months ago, and so fans will be really relieved to see what transpires tonight. And
there's a lot of fighting, and everything that you've been waiting for sort of comes to a head in tonight's
episode. There's love, there's hate, there's everything in between.
And you know, and speaking of waiting, people have been waiting 3.5 months for you guys to get back on the air. So what do you want to say to those folks?
We're sorry.
Which we did say at the end of that last episode. We actually apologized.
No, but we have a good reason, which is that starting tonight, we are going to have, for the rest of the season, 10 new episodes in a row. So that we won't be preempted. So for the next 10 weeks, you get a new episode of Grimm. Good. For the end of season 2.
And it gave a chance for other people to catch up as well and come on board, which has been great.
And Sasha, you're not just an actor, you also would like to try meteorology.
I would very much like to try I've been looking at that green screen, and if you'd be so kind, you might make a little boy's dream come true.
We'll try to get that in.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so very much. And you're going to hang out for the food segment, too?
I hope so.
Yes.
That's you.
One of your favorites, right? M Cafe.
Yeah, love that place.
All right, guys, cool. All right, well, Grimm airs tonight at 9 o'clock right here on NBC4.